pump it. What's up, everybody? Hello, Big. Coming with a little Saturday action. I'll probably live stream like almost daily, probably next week. I don't know, that might be too much, probably just every other day. Just because I'm off all week. Do a little more videos, and yeah, that'll probably be the case every other day because I have to upload videos from this tablet, so we'll probably live stream here and there during the week. But you guys are looking in, well, the camera's inside, not literally inside, but you guys are inside the 40-gallon right now. That's what you guys are looking at. See if it almost looks like this tablet's in the water. Like how I have it, like it probably looks like this camera's in water, but nope. You step back and it's just its tank. But little fern's about to fall out. I guess Romy knows his action. Get a little S-Repins, see what foe. But if you want me to show a certain thing, we can. I'm just gonna, so it's not moving too much, I'm just gonna set it right here. But obviously if you want to see a certain thing, I'll pick it up. But we got the, the 20 back there. The 20 was looking real good, and today it's kind of clouding up again, so I just still show, but it's not in its prime right now, I guess you could say. I don't know what the big deal, what it's going on right now, because it was just perfectly fine a couple days ago. But what's up, Bill? What's up, Dark Aquatic? Got some people coming in now. But people that just joined, you guys are in the 40-gallon right now. A lot of the fish swim up top. Usually a lot of the rummy noses and tetras stay down low. You might see the angel come by in a second. He's getting pretty close to the camera. Just nipping off the S-Repins. But ooh, we got some rummy noses come by. Guess we can give a kind of little behind the scenes tour over here. So if you're just now seeing this tank, this is basically a 38-gallon bow front. I just call it 40 because overall it's 40 gallons, but the actual tank itself is 38. We got some carpeted S-Repins right here. We got some Manuvia stuck in the rocks over here, and then we got another type of fern / Anubias. I really don't know what that is back there. It was one of the first plants, and I had no clue what it was, so it looks good, so I just always left it back there. You can see the plankton must have ripped it out because it's barely sitting in there. But we got a Serious Stonescape right here, all custom right here. Wasn't cheap at all. When I did the rescape of this tank, it was not cheap. The sand wasn't that bad. It was like 20 bucks. It's just some oh, what is it? It's by Caribsea, I think. But I'd have to get out the color. I forget what color it is. But it's meant for fresh water. But the stone right here, all this is about 50 pounds of serious stone. And, you can probably do the math and see how much that costs, which would be quite a bit. But at the same time, I got this all custom made. So you had to add in that. So I had to pay about $300 to get, this scape right here. But obviously you don't see it in person, but you see it in person, it's a very big amount of, there's some of these rocks back here. Like this one, like really all three of these. This one's like 15 pounds just by itself, this one that overhangs. This one's a little skinny but super big. This one's like a 13-inch piece. But it seems weird how like rocks like that are just that heavy. Like this rock it doesn't look that big until you pick it up. I got some Harlequin reservoirs, some Koi Angel, or Platinum Koi Angel, I guess if you say. You got some Rummy Noses, neons. There's actual black neons and glow light tetras in here, but they're actually in the 40 gallon right now, just helping cycle that tank. So they're doing well in that tank. I need to capture that black neon and put it in the 20, just so the other black neon's not really lonely. Not that I don't think it matters that much, but, give him his other companion. But he's doing well. What I realized in my tanks is, even if you don't have enough schooling of its own species, like even if you just have one lonely black neon like that, they'll still school with like all the other fish and be perfectly fine. Obviously, they kind of have to get along, but usually all my schooling fish just school all together, usually. So it usually works out. But the Harlequin, I need to get about 6 more of those. I got 3 because that's all he has, and I never bought more, so I need to get more of those. Rummy Noses, I also got a lot, but half of them died, which is, what always happens. So I need to get about a dozen of those. Neon Tetras, I really want to get more of everything, basically. Try to get at least, I like to have at least 6 of everything. But I'd like to have at least 10 of everything, if that's possible. The Harlequins are doing real cool. I really like them. They're a little nippy, but I can deal with it. I have a little special training I do with fish sometimes. Like, you wouldn't think you can make an aggressive fish into a peaceful fish, but trust me, I've done it many times. People will never believe me either. Like, I've turned the most aggressive fish into peaceful. You gotta teach the fish some lessons. It sounds so dumb, but for me it works every time. I used to keep cichlids, like big cichlids with neon tetras. If you don't believe that, I need to do that for a story time. I've kept neon tetras with full-on 5-inch cichlids, and I've had them compatible with each other, and they did perfectly fine. To me it sounds dumb now, but I actually did do it successfully. I've had some insane compatible fish together during the years, but now I just usually stick to what actually goes together. But back in the day I experimented, but I probably wouldn't recommend anybody else trying that, putting neons with cichlids. That's a horrible idea. So that's where I am. Neon tetras, like, usually they're supposed to be cheap. They're really not. Like, I have to pay like $2-3 for each for them. But the ones I have weren't bad because they're 99 cents. So, but usually I have to pay about $2 or $3. Actually, let's take a little. So obviously you can see it is white cloud. I hate when it does this because I really don't want to show it, but it just doesn't make. It just makes the overall tank don't look good. Like, this tank looks amazing when it's clear, but okay. So we got our bush of Estrepens. You can already see this bush of Estrepens is already growing, very good. There's all kinds of root action growing, but you got all the your Monte Carlo. This brown is just dead leaves. A peat, Nana, a peat. You know what I hate? When the fishes kick up the ADA, it always gets on the leaves, and that's what makes those leaves so dark. I hate it. But that's what it is. Next scape I'll be a little more smarter on what I do. I might just put like ADA. I actually don't know. But I kind of just don't want to put all ADA next time. And then we got some Bacopa back here. Let's see. Do you use root tabs? No. The reason is for that is because this ADA, obviously this tank's newly set up. So there's a trumpet playing, my bad. But of course this tank's only about a month and a half old, so the ADA is fairly new. So there's a lot of nutrients in the ADA. And also, if you watch me set up this tank, under the ADA I have extra power sand, which the ADA power sand is actually extra nutrients, and it just basically gives the ADA that much more nutrients. So it's something you put under your ADA and then you put the ADA on top of it. So basically I have nutrients in this tank, or at least in the substrate, for a good 2 years. So I won't, I'll definitely put some root tabs probably eventually, but I'll definitely not need them for a while. So there's no need for them at the moment in my stage. But if I was doing some other substrate other than ADA, then yeah, I'd use root tabs. I was actually gonna get some, and then I realized, I wouldn't end up using them, so. But at the moment, no, I don't have them at the moment, but they'll eventually be needed. But honestly, when we go to move the new house, when I go to the new house, the whole stuff, I'm just gonna replace the ADA, because by then it's just gonna probably be an old, and I'm just gonna buy all new ADA, and then try to keep the plants. I have no clue how that's gonna go, but I'm gonna try to keep the plants. Most likely the Monte Carlo will probably have to go bye-bye, I don't know. I hope not. I hope it at least grows in where I can at least pull the carpet out. I doubt that's gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to probably rip out the Monte Carlo and not save it, but maybe I can cut out portions. When I tear it out, I can cut out portions and save it. We'll just have to see when the time comes, but when it goes times for moving time, that's gonna suck, because that means I have to tear down that tank, and it's gonna be a massacre. But I just like showing the tank on top because it just looks kind of nicer. But you can see that one's really looking good. I need to come in and fix this one, because you obviously can see it's not, well, I don't know if you can see that well, but it's not buried. I need to go in and fix that. But this is if you guys don't watch, this Finex is a SE, 24/7 SE, so that's the light that's going on there. Kind of see the reflection. You got the infrared red lights, which actually helps the plants with photosynthesis. Yeah, that's basically what it does. It just basically helps the plants grow a lot better, because these aren't your normal red lights. These are actually, I forget what they call them, but they're a certain type of red that just really helps. I'd have to read the box. I can't really explain it myself, but as you can see, I got my filter sponge from Quinn Co-op. I got the mini one. It fit on this. It's working pretty good. It's keeping my pipe clean. You can see the pipe basically looks brand new right now. So, plus it's a little bit extra filtration, so that's nice. Also, you can see I'm having a little algae issue, even though the lights are not barely on. I'm still getting that algae issue, but the lights on this tank is only on for about 5 hours a day. So basically 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, which isn't that long in the first place, and then having all this algae, so I have some stuff that's reducing it, but you can't really do much. But I had some people in the comments on one video complain that, obviously these fish aren't, there's only one neon tetra, one black neon, a couple glow lights, and then one cherry. It's like a random assortment of fish, but it's just the cycle of this tank. They'll all be put back in the 40, so it's not like they're all doing perfectly fine, so but some people are freaking out that I only have one neon tetra in this tank when there should be a lot, which it'll go back with its friends. There's about 12 of them in the other tank, so we got the Eheim skim doing work. One trick I've kind of found out, if you want to clean, if there's stuff on top, you just kind of push it down and then bring it back up, and that kind of cleans off the top. Kind of learned that having this. And we got, the fluval heater. At first when I did this tank, there was actually a canister, but I had to take it back because it didn't fit under the stand. Because I actually, look man, it's messy around this tank, but I built this stand in my class, so it's pretty nice. See if I can open it with my feet or not. But I basically built this. I have all my plugins and my accessories. Basically all the plugins. And then this drawer has this is basically all my Planet stuff. But everything else is in another drawer for my, basically everything. But this is all all these are just for this tank. Let's see what Bill said. Never saw this skimmer before. It's actually pretty common. I mean, a lot of people just don't know about it, especially when, if you've kept aquariums for, I guess not a long time, but but a lot of the professional aquascapers, a lot of the big ones actually use this skimmer because it's just so good. I mean, there's nothing else like it unless you have, you want to spend money on the really expensive glass, equipment, and have, you probably have seen it in pictures, have the glass tubing, and they have skimmers equipped to them that you can buy extra. But usually if they don't have that, a lot of them will buy this one, and this is basically Eheim Skim 350. It's about $35, maybe $40, depending on what website you get it at. But it's not that very big. It's very skinny, and it basically automatically, whatever your water level is, it automatically floats to where the water level is. But then it comes out this, and there's a little sponge right in this area that collects all the whatever's on the surface, dead leaves, anything from film, just anything that builds up on the surface. But if you're feeding a food that floats, you definitely don't want to have the skimmer on because it'll just suck it right up. But the filter's powerful, but it's not that powerful. It'll just suck up the food, so you probably don't have to deal about that. But definitely you'll skim a 20 gallon like this in 5 minutes easily. But yeah, it's got a little pricey little thing, but it's legit a life changer. I mean, having a clear surface 24/7 is the best thing ever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. What's up, Aqua Life TV? How's it going? But man, what is all this trumpet action? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's pretty loud. Got somebody playing trumpets in this house. I'm over here trying to do production. Oh, thanks for the nice comment. I thought I did a nice job too. I mean, you'd be surprised the grade I got on it though. I was like, why? But the only reason I got points taken off, because you can see a notch right here. That was my dumb fault. I mean, I went to go plane the side of this, and I chipped off the corner. And I got a little chip right here, but overall the tank, not the tank, but the stand looks so nice. I wanted it to be as tall as my desk so it stayed the same height, but it was supposed to be, but I accidentally cut one leg short and he didn't let me restart, so I just had to cut all the legs to that one length. But it's still it's still a good height. This whole thing's probably about I'll probably say it's still pretty tall. I'm standing right here, my stomach's right here, so it's probably about a good 3.5 feet tall. Good enough to still perfectly view the tank. But I kind of like my tanks taller. I think the only reason why, not the tank's taller, but I like my stands taller. But I think the only reason why is because this one's on a dresser, and this dresser's 4 feet tall, so I'm eye level with that tank, and I'm so used to that I just don't like it down low. But I kind of like it because you just walk up to it and you just see the surface. It's kind of nice. But yeah, this is made out of cherry wood. It's pretty expensive wood, so it's a very hard wood, so great for an aquarium stand. Obviously, yeah, you could buy one, but this is 10 times better than what you could ever buy. This stand costs around $800. What I have in it, what it costs to basically build. So if you guys ever want the plans to build it, I could send you that. I can send you all the pictures of the plans. I have the plans, you know, in my drawer. So if you guys ever want to build this exact stand yourself, I still have the plans for it, but still a very nice stand though. The good thing is I didn't have to pay for it, so the school paid for it. Yeah, I did use a router on the top. I don't know what's there's so many styles of routers, so I couldn't tell you which one. But yeah, I just used a small router and route that you know, I routed all the edges around the whole tank. That's the only thing I really routed on this was the top, just to give it a little more, I guess, look, a little more fanciness than just your regular square top. But yeah, I squared, you know, this entire. But yeah. Oh, I like that Alclear filter too. One of my favorite filters. Actually, my actual favorite, my number one filter really, for at least handling the backs. My favorite canister, I'd probably say still Fluval. I like the FX6 and 4. Those canister filters are beast. But hang on the back filters, no, Aqua, glass, not glass, Aqua. Aqua clears are, you know, the best. And I mean, people can't really, I guess, say nothing about that because, you know, there's not really any other hang on the back that is better. I mean, I guess you could say Seachem's hang on the backs they're pretty amazing because they have skimmers equipped on them, but I still think Aqua clears are still better. I have a Seachem title 110 on my thing. Yeah, that I was blanking out on the name. Yeah, the Seachem title. I honestly wanted to. I honestly like because on this one, I have 250s on here, and really when that came out after I bought this is after I bought the second 50 on this tank, that's when the Seachem title came out. And I'm like, I so wanted just to buy two titles on this tank, but I still think Alclids look a little better to me, just you know because they're you know more. I want to say modern, but they're more just slim and compact. The titles are a little bit heftier, but think about getting a canister filter too. Yeah, canister filters are definitely nice. They're just a little more pricey. Definitely can hold a lot more media. Um, Definitely put a lot more stuff in canisters than you can hang on the backs. I mean, it really depends on what hang on the back you get, but you know, you usually can't fit a lot. Um, let's see. Here in Europe, nobody uses hang on the back filters. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe a Fluval 406. Because on this tank, before when I was setting up, I actually bought a Fluval 106 or 206, whatever. I forget which one I grabbed, but it didn't fit under the stand. You see, what I mean, the actual filter fit on the stand, but the with the tubing on top, it actually you couldn't open this drawer, so I had to take it back and just get a Aqua Clear fit not 50 but 30. But I'm going to have to upgrade to the 50 because this 30 is just not doing it for me in this tank. So I'm going to have to upgrade to probably the 50 probably this summer. There's no need to do it right now, but so do that sometime soon. What's up, Aqua? How's the Saturday going? If anybody has the SE, I got you a little tip right here. This extra cord you see, wrap it around your little knobs right here, and then Velcro this to the side. Great way to organize. Oh no. Let's see here. Also, if you haven't seen this filter, it swivels back and forth. It can actually swivel. It actually can bend over, all the way back. I just don't want to do it right now because it makes everything uneven, and I have to readjust everything. But I just don't have it, you know, set up to do all that. But I kind of just have it really tightened down. but it can move all the way forward and all the way back. Kind of have to get it level, but you know, definitely my favorite light. I just like how it shines on the clear plastic on the side, so it just makes the sides glow too. It's kind of cool. This tank really looks like sleek. This tank just really looks like modern looking. I don't know why. It just like with the rimless and then like the little fancy light on there, just I don't know, it really makes this tank pop compared to, you know, this one. Which is there's nothing wrong with that one. It's just I definitely went all out on this tank. If we do a little behind the scenes, I guess you could say, if you're wondering how much I have in this tank, or if you're looking at this tank and wondering, you know, that you want to do something like this one day and you want to know how much something like this costs. I know I get questions like that. Usually here and there. Right at the moment, I have about $800 in this tank. Yeah, $800. And that's not, and that, you know, the thing that sucks is that's not even the final amount. I mean, I'm still having to buy stuff, and I haven't even bought CO2 yet. I mean, that's how I ran out of money, and well, you know, I ran out of budget for this tank, and so I couldn't even get CO2 for this tank, which sucks. But now that I don't have CO2, I don't think I exactly need it for this tank, but I'm gonna definitely still do CO2 sometime in the couple months. I can't really promise anything. It's just the CO2 I want is gonna cost about 200 or 300. You know, trying to get the fanciest one out there. So not that you need anything fancy, but I want the regulator. I want about 100, and I don't know what a tank costs, so I'm just figuring it'd probably cost about 200. But I definitely want a little bit better so I can have the best success for CO2. Ooh, I'm falling over. I'm just gonna go up to the tank because I like this view of this tank right here. Doesn't make the tank look so. What's up, Fish Tropic? What's up, Angelo's Fish Tanks? I'll just jumping on this to say I'm out with the fam. Everyone have a great night. Well, Angelo, I would say family comes first before fish. I mean, some people might have the opposite before that, but you know, thanks for stopping by. Everybody go subscribe to Angelo. Internet at hotel is not very good. Did you say? Yeah, I have $800 in this tank so far. Yep. And if you need to hear the other part, I'm still having to buy $200 with the CO2 stuff. So by the time I buy that, I'll have 1,000 in this tank, which seems crazy to me too. I'm just as surprised, you know. For a 20-gallon, it's just. I mean, if we want to get a little more crazier, I have $2,000 in that one. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, you know. This is a 20-gallon, this is a 40-gallon, so it would cost double the money. But yeah, don't ask how I have that much money because I don't know either. I mean, if I do, like one day I added up to see I just added it up to see if I really do have that much money, and yeah, sadly I do have that much money in these tanks. So between these two tanks that I have in this room, yeah, you're looking about 3,000. It is a lot, but I guess this is what comes with having fish. I mean, to be real here, if you think that's a lot, wait until this next thing. Which probably won't come for a long time though. I don't know when I'm gonna move into the new house because we're actually building a house right now. This house that I'm in, you know, right now, we built this house too, and now we're building another house that's gonna have a basement and everything. So I'm gonna be able to have, you know, I'm gonna have a room in the basement. You already know what I'm about to do down there. But I do plan to do a saltwater tank. I'm gonna do probably a 40-gallon cube. Maybe bigger, maybe a 60-gallon cube, but I'm planning to do a pretty good sized saltwater tank, and definitely a reef. And I'm gonna upgrade. I'm still gonna have this tank, but I'm gonna the same brand tank. I'm gonna get a 30-gallon long, and they have this brand that makes this tank. They have a 30-gallon long, and so I'm gonna use that, set up that tank, and the fish that I'm getting for this tank is eventually going to go in that 30-gallon. And in this tank, we might turn it into like a shrimp tank, and maybe have some fish, other fish in there. But that's basically the plan for that.